What's up, guys? Cody with Wildman Prospecting, or Wildman Adventures. God, I really need to change that name. Today we're up at South Pass, and we're at one of the old mining towns called Miner's Delight. So I'm gonna switch over to the drone for some video, see if I can't get a good flyover over Miner's Delight, and then we'll get down on one of the club claims and do some prospecting here in a little bit. It's first trip out for the year. So we'll go down here and we'll get see how much information I can get off this sign for you guys. It's still pretty snowy and muddy in places up here, so I don't know how much we're actually going to be able to get to. See if I can frame this in long enough to give you guys time enough to read it. But yeah, this is a part of my playground. There's the old cemetery up there in that fenced in area. Of course, there's the old dirty Chevy. And looks like I'm gonna get wet before I get out of here today. But yeah, we'll switch over to the drone and see how well my editing skills do. Catch back up with you if I find anything cool. off some of these flowers out here. This is our state flower, the Indian paintbrush. And thanks to all the moisture this year, we're having a super bloom year. There's just wildflowers everywhere. Over here at the cemetery, of course, you got some dandelions, necessary for the bees. Get all these pretty blue ones. It's so nice to be back up in the pine trees and not in my backyard doing this. Catch up with you in a bit. Okay guys, here we are. We're on one of my favorite claims. That's honestly the only one I found a decent amount of gold on. I was up here at the last fall, there was no water running. Looks like we got some water now. The road getting in and out of here was a nightmare. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but this is where I found my first picker. This little bitty creek right here. So we're gonna put the Green Mat Adventure Sluice in and do some quick spot sampling just for giggles. That's probably way too much flow, but we'll see. Now I have cleaned this entire ditch out for the length of the claim once before, but it's been several years. I'm going to gather up some material and I'll come back to you. Well, no luck sampling with the Adventure Sluice here. Like I said, I've dug this whole creek out clear down to clay in the past. I didn't really plan on there being much here, but I figured I'd check it. I'm going to try to head down into the trees a little bit down this creek to an old gravel bar that I found, see if we can do any better there. If that doesn't work, I might break out the Gold Master for a little while. Sorry this video's all over the place. This is one of my first times filming out in the wild, so I'm a prospector, not a cameraman, so bear with me, please. Alright, so here's my second favorite spot on this claim. We got the 10-inch Dream Mat Sluice running. And it is so densely wooded down here, it's kind of, I mean, it's nice. But keep hearing thunder rumbling over my head. where these roads are down here, yeah, well, I don't want to get caught down here in the rain. That would just be bad news. We're on the bottom corner of this claim, and these washes like right here, like this one looks like there used to be a road here, but I don't think there was. Where my tools and everything were set up, when I was here about 5 years ago, there was a layer of gravel on top of a layer of clay, and I'd started peeling back all the gravel off the clay. It has since refilled up, and the whole dynamics of this area has changed. I've ran maybe a half a bucket through my sluice box and haven't noticed any gold yet. This is going to be one of those deals where I'd probably just throw the cons in an empty bucket and take them home and run them through my cleanup sluice. But bedrock's kind of hard to find here. This is an old hydraulic area, so trying to find the streaks is a little bit off. Apparently I've only ever seen about a quarter of this claim right down the center of it. It extends out that way a ways and that way quite a ways, but the timber's so thick that I don't like tripping around in there too much without somebody watching my back, because we are in the middle of bear country. So for now I kind of stick to the open spots where I can see it, where I can look around pretty easily. Also, I broke my chest mount for my GoPro, so you're back to being handheld. Sorry if I make you seasick. Not seeing anything to get excited about yet, but if it is, it's going to be underneath all that dirt. We're going to get some poking and prodding up underneath the base of that tree here in just a minute. I still want to break out the gold monster and see if I can find anything worth picking up around here. So, see you in a bit. Well, the thunderstorm's here, and with it is hail. So I might just go sit in the truck, see if I can wait it out a bit. If it gets much worse though, I might have to go, because the gully washer up here, I'd be stranded. No phone service. So unfortunately this is going to be a short video. No gold reveal today. Maybe after I get home I'll run the cons and see what I get, see if I got anything. But yeah, hopefully I can get out of here. All right guys, we're back. We're on a different claim. We're about 15 miles from where we were. That hail showed no signs of letting up, so decided to try to outrun it, and I have for now. But this area's got some interesting geology, is why I wanted to come up here. I'm gonna break the metal detector out up here for a little bit. This is an unusually large claim. It's 340 acres. This is what all the bedrock up at the higher areas look like. So I'm gonna get the detector out and search through this. And I know this road, so I'm not gonna venture down it any farther. I've already been stranded out here before, and we're 11 miles from the nearest landline telephone with no cell service. So I'm just gonna fly the drone down there and get some aerials of that. But this higher valley I've always been kind of intrigued by. So I'm gonna break the metal detector out up here. I don't have big hopes on finding anything, but you know, I'm out here, I might as well. Drove an hour and a half from home to come up to the claims, so might as well do a little poking around with all the tools in my arsenal right now. As you can see, it's the 10th of June and there's still, I bet them snow drifts are 10-15 foot thick anyway over the top of Rock Creek right there. So yeah, if I find anything interesting with the metal detector, I'll make sure to grab the camera. I'll check back in with you in a few. Apparently we have a target. Please pardon the wind, it's getting kind of, it's getting a little blustery out here. Uh-oh, I lost it. I'm trying to set the camera up. Probably just a piece of lead, but we'll investigate anyway. Oh, I forgot I had my watch on. likes looking. If I find anything else, I'll let you know. for those of you that are curious as to what drone I fly an Autel Evo 2 with the 8K camera. It's got all these different sensors all over it, so I shouldn't be able to fly it into anything. I kind of think it looks like a hammerhead shark. There's the remote for it. It does have a display that I can either see through the camera or I can just see the flight data while I'm flying. But the skies just keep getting darker and darker. There's a bunch of them red ironstones that are such a pain in the butt to get rid of. Yeah. Looks like 2 or 3 flake is all, which, considering the small amount of dirt I ran, that's not bad. Could have been better. Wish the weather wouldn't have came in, but it's kind of be expected right now. Alright guys, thanks for following me on this adventure. Hope you liked the video, and we'll see you again soon.